Good afternoon, everyone. Jamal here once again, and welcome back to day 5 of week 2 of Nickel Squash at Home. For those of you that didn't tune in to Arthur's amazing workout this morning, the theme of the day is very simply speed. For today's analysis, we'll be taking a look at a match from the 2014 Mini City Open between two lesser known players, Saurav Ghosal from India, here in the yellow, and Peter Creed from Wales, serving in the black. I say lesser known because, unlike the previous players that we've focused on in our other match analysis, neither of these players have any major titles to their names, nor have they been former world number ones, or anywhere near actually. Saurav has a highest ranking of number 10, whereas Peter has a high ranking of 57. But despite their rankings, both players have an abundance of speed and athleticism. So while we watch this video, I want you guys to take note of how they're using their speed, both offensively and defensively, and see how you can apply it to your own games. Alright, let's begin the video. Something to note, I understand that we don't have much scope, but both these players have very similar body types. Saurav is about 5'6" and on a good day 140-ish pounds, maybe 150. Peter, 5'4" actually, and roughly the same weight, I'd say about 135, 140. So because these guys are pretty diminutive compared to their fellow pros, they both have, I'd say, very low centers of gravity, which helps them to explosively get onto and off the ball. So some other things that I want you guys to look for throughout this match or throughout this game are all the tenets that we've talked about all week. So we talked about cutting the ball off across the middle of the court, taking the ball early, using the split step, being explosive, being dynamic, and obviously today we're talking about being fast or being quick. So I want you guys to take note of how these guys are using all of these tenets. Great length by Peter. Not the tightest of drives, so very simple let being played. So let's go back to that. So even though Saurav is only 5'6", we can see that on this shot, so he's once again nice and balanced at the tee, a little split step, he's going to cut across the tee line and play a forehand cross-court drive that's going to pin Peter back into the back left corner. The quality of the shot is super high, the ball dies in the back corner, so Peter can't retrieve it. Very simple, but very effective. Let's actually go back really quickly. You can see that by the time Saurav plays his shot, Peter's still on his way to the tee, so he is firmly behind the back of the service box, which means he's obviously nowhere near the tee, which means that he can't control the rally. And boom, there we have it, pure winner. So far in this game, obviously Peter's down to love. He looks, a little bit nervous, not quite settled into the match. Something that I've noticed is that Saurav, once again, even though he's pretty small at 5'6", he just looks so powerful, so grounded. To use a word that our Peter Nickel loves to use. Looks very, very grounded, just very sure of all of his shots. Doesn't look very rushed. There's definitely a flow to his movements. Amazingly tight ball by Saurav. Great working both. A nice little hold. So once again, so Saurav used his speed to get into position to use that little hold to catch, I guess, to kind of throw off Peter's movement. And then he plays the good working boast. He has Peter leaning to the left side of the court, hits it with just the right amount of weight. Ball dies in the second bounce before the sidewall, rallies over. Let's go back and watch that one more time. So we can see in this close up here, look how tight that ball is to the sidewall. Forces Peter to lift or attempt to lift the ball and play it a bit looser on the front wall. Gets on the next ball early, gives a little hold. Peter's weight is shifting to the left hand side. Working both once again, perfectly weighted, done. Better rally by Peter. Looks like he's playing his way into the match now. Another simple left there, unfortunately, to end a beautiful rally. Once again, I want you guys to watch and see something you can kind of pick up on. So right now, Saurav's leading 3-love. Internally, he's brimming with confidence, but also you can tell that externally, he's moving brilliantly. He just looks, once again, looks very confident, very strong, very sure of what he's doing. It doesn't really look rushed or hurried on every shot. Whereas Peter, there are definitely a few times where he looks like he's barely getting the ball back. He's kind of scrambling to get back into position. Nice working both by Peter, but Saurav lifts his way out of trouble and the rally resets. Dead nick by Saurav. So this is a question I was actually going to ask you guys later on in the video, but I want you guys to take note of what the commentators are saying. What is the type of shot that you would like to use the most when you're playing someone like these guys who are, small, diminutive, but also very quick, get onto the ball super early? How can you negate that advantage of theirs? So actually, before we get that answer from the commentators, comment down below. And also while we're here, I want you guys to note another amazing position by Saurav going in on his wrong leg, quote unquote, the left leg, but he's super balanced. Once again, it doesn't look like he's overstretching. It doesn't look like he's falling over or he's about to collapse. It looks very grounded, very balanced. Great straight drive on the forehand side by Saurav into the open court. A little bit better from Peter. Nice tight drive. Ah, good position by Sara, but I think it's just a little bit too overconfident there. Decides to go for the straight kill from the back of the court. Wasn't quite there. Once again, another bad error. So one thing that I've noticed, and it's a very subtle difference, but we can see now that Peter has a couple of points on the board. You can, at least I can tell that his the nervousness, the nerves have kind of they're starting to go away. For me, the one thing that really shows it, the one different thing that I can see, is his movement back to the tee. It's a little sparkier, which allows him to be just a little bit more balanced when he gets back to the tee. Now I can get forward. Back in position, good. Ready and waiting. Backhand drop goes in. Done. Over. So let's go back to that really quickly. So for me, it all starts with his movement off the ball in this shot. The actual finish, the winner, is beautiful, sure, but it's his movement off the ball that allows him to get into position nice and early, so that he can actually just kind of lay the ball in naturally and organically. Oops. So you can see he hustles to the tee. He knows that Sorav is forced to play a balls front of the court, so he gets on the ball nice and early. Perfect position here. Racket set, left arm is out for balance. See his hips are facing the side wall. Instead of going for the nick from this very tight angle, decides to play a drop that goes front wall here, bounce, stays tight. He knows that Sorav is very fast, so if he leaves anything loose, if he tries to go for the nick and the ball kind of pops out, it's either a stroke or Sorav can capitalize on that, get on the next ball early and hammer it away. So instead, he goes for a beautifully tight drop. Sorav is physically fast enough to get there, but he can't do anything with it. As you can see, that ball is glued to the side wall. It's a great use of speed by Peter, not only to get into position to play this shot, but to get off his previous shot back here, so then get in position to do exactly what he just did. Very good backhand cross-court drop. A nice little hole. That is beautiful. Just go back and see that again. So once again, that's how Peter is, now that he's comfortable, we can see that he's a little bit less nervous in the match. You can see him using his speed to get into positions that really make Sorav super uncomfortable. Alright, so Peter plays, once again, a very well-weighted cross-court drive, gets on the ball nice and early, plays the backhand volley drop. As I said, I'm a huge stickler for this, following up the shot. So he knows that the quality of his shot's pretty good. He also knows that Sorav is very fast and will get onto the ball early. So instead of hanging back and kind of watching and reacting to what Sorav's going to do, he's looking to take the initiative. If Sorav returns the ball and tries to lift, which he does, he's onto that next ball early, and then he has options. Ball's glued, Sorav pops it up. Peter is hunting that ball, is on it early, gets on it, gives a little hold, freezes Sorav's movements mid split step, gets him leaning one way, perfectly weighted straight drive, done. Oh, that's fast. So I was onto that ball, not the greatest finish there. Pretty good volley by Peter there, but Sarv once again lifts his way out of trouble, back in the rally. It's very frustrating playing people who are that fast that can absorb very well. Great shot. Beautiful shot by Sora, taking the ball super early. And good lord, was that fast. Let's go back and see that one more time. So even though Peter loses the rally, and we're talking about raw speed here, just see how he gets from this front right corner to the back left with, it seems like 2 strides. Slow it down a little bit. Oh. So Sarv plays a nice drop. It's nice and tight. Peter gets it back. Sarv gets onto that ball super early. Now, you can see where Peter is by the time Sarv plays that shot. Against pretty much every other player, that's a winner. It's over. Let's just look at how Peter gets onto that ball from here into this back left corner. Beautiful. Low center of gravity, plants on the back wall, back in position. Sarv does play an amazing working boast, which is a winner. But good lord, is that fast. Alright, we're going to take a look at one more rally from this game. Not to spoil it for you guys, it's actually the last rally of the game, as you can probably see by the timestamp. It was quite the doozy of a rally, so let's take a look. So we have game ball for Sarv here at 10-6 up. Sorry about the lag, guys. Oh, look at that return. That is amazing by Peter. Good lord, is that fast. And by Sarv. Nice attempt. How does he get that back? How does Sarv get that back? A beautiful lob. That is a great shot by Peter. Oh, holy god. So I would replay that entire rally, but that's a good minute and a half. But once again, just really quickly, these guys are so athletic, so fast, but they both have a couple of things in common. A, it's a bit easier for them because they are smaller, so their center of gravity is naturally lower. But the power that they're both exhibiting when they're pushing off to get onto the ball and then off the ball is phenomenal. Alright, so that is the 2014 Mindy City Open match between Sarv Ghosal and Peter Creed. As an added bonus, we're going to take a look at a few rallies that I guess it's a little more entertaining with a little more flair. It's where the players use their speed in a more defensive manner, but definitely entertaining. So let's take a look at that. Yes, I'm one of those people who has like 20 tabs open at once. Probably contributing to the lag that you guys saw in the video, so my apologies. Alright, let's take a look at a few of these rallies from this video here. Once again, sorry for the lag, guys. Alright, so this is between Daryl Selby and Matthew Castagnet. Both players at the time were, I believe this is from 2018, Windy City Open, so same tournament, just 4 years later. Both players are ranked around, I'd say, 15 or 20-ish in this tournament. Once again, both are extremely fast. What a dive. There's no way you can get this, but holy God. So once again, we're talking about pure raw speed. There's no way that Matthew should be able to get from that front, that kind of middle / front left corner into that back right corner. Daryl, once again, Daryl's been playing for many years. After he plays his volley, he thinks there's absolutely no way that Matthew can get onto that, but somehow finds a way.
Like a rugby player charging through the team there. It was unbelievable. Look at this, and then turns around. And then look at the shot he plays. Daryl Selby's just left in limbo. You can't believe it. Just completely, utterly in awe here. And this is what I love. So there's that. It's the power run here. Look at that.
Sorry, more lag, guys. My apologies.
Scandal. Absolute scandal.
Alright, this next rally is between Paul Cole, also known as Superman, and James Willstrop, who's been featured in a couple of our videos now. The Canary Wharf 2016.
No way. No way. There's a dive. It's a joke.
Probably should turn the volume off for this one, but every time I watch the clip, I'm always tickled by how excited and how giddy the commentator, Joey Barrington, gets. But we'll go back and see that one more time. Just the raw speed that Paul Cole uses after that first little slip up here is phenomenal. Let's go back. Perfect.
No way. No way. No way. There's a dive. It's a joke. Oh my God, that's outrageous. That is complete scandal once again. What's going on with the PSA World Tour? I've got no idea. It's turning into
Good sportsmanship by James there. Just can't help but smile after a rally like that. You know, he literally has Cole on the floor 3 different times. Cole, once again, is just so fast but so strong, so powerful when he's pushing off. Even though he's sent the wrong way a couple of times, he's able to literally spring his way onto the ball, dives, gets it back, forces the error eventually from James. All right, let's look at one last rally. All right, so this is going to be between Gregoire Marchais, not pictured here yet, and Simone Rosner at a tournament in Nantes in France, I believe in 2018. 2019, apologies. God, that's painful. That is amazing. First of all, it's an amazing venue, amazing energy. But once again, just the athleticism, just the pure raw speed to get from point A to point B is fantastic from Gregoire. Alright, so that's the end of the video today. In the comments down below, feel free to let me know what you guys think each and every player that we pinpointed or highlighted today technically did to allow themselves to show their amazing speed. And then also, what can you guys do in your own games, in your own personal games, to be faster or quicker? Even better, question that I ask my kids all the time, what is the difference between being fast and quick? Right, so that is the end of the video analysis today, the end of week 2. Feel free to email me at jamal@nickelssquash.com if you have any questions or any feedback. It was a pleasure being with you guys today, and I hope to see you guys soon. Ciao.